Good morning, everyone. Hope everybody had a wonderful weekend, Mother's Day celebrations, and all of those things. It went by too fast for me. I don't know about you guys, but thanks for everybody joining this morning. Get started with a bit of morning trivia. We are probably only going to be able to go for about 30 minutes today. I have a roofer coming, or actually our insurance company coming for a roof inspection. So last weekend, we've been getting a lot of stuff done while we're back at the house, and I had cleaned out the gutters. And when cleaning out the gutters, I looked at the roof. I saw some spots on the roof and a couple of shingles that looked like they were a bit missing. And so I called a roofing company to come out and look at it, and they came out and definitely said it had some wind and hail damage from a previous storm. We're not sure when this happened, but we knew we were going to have to replace our roof. So our house was built in around 1940. It's an older home. We bought it about 6 years ago. It looked like it maybe had 5 years left on the roof, so we're 6 years now. About time to replace the roof. So we just had to replace the furnace and the AC. We just got that done, and now we're looking at the roof. So it was good news when they said there was some storm damage, because now we get to have a chance at getting our insurance to cover it. So I'll have an insurance adjuster coming here around 8:30 this morning, so I'll probably have to stop a little bit early, but we'll play some games. We've got a few announcements. Thanks everybody for coming in. I see Amy McFarland in here, Jarhead and Gingers. I saw a few others over on the premiere of our Dog Egg Challenge. That was a whole lot of fun. And I want to congratulate Amy on her lives. I think she went live for the first time last Wednesday, Thursday, somewhere in there, and she's been having a couple of lives. I've seen a couple of late night ones, so looks like she's enjoying that. Let's see, what else do we have here? We've got a few announcements. We'll get going here before we start some trivia. First announcement, we'll go over some attendance points and review. Let's see, we'll do that in just a moment. Let me get through the rest of the announcements, and then when we start the actual trivia games, I'll show the attendance update and the points review. So first thing, last week I had to cancel Friday just because it was a very busy week, and I'm learning that things are starting to get back to a little bit normal here in Missouri. My job is still active. It always has been active, and I've been trying to do quite a few lives, 3 to 4 a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday for the trivia sessions and games, and then Thursday for the lunch and learn, and it's just a little bit too much. So we're going to cut back on the Fridays. We'll still have our premieres on evenings, premiere video, but we're going to cut off the Friday games for now. We'll be doing Monday games and Wednesday night games. Those will be our 2 premiere sessions. And then we'll continue to do the Thursday lunch and learns when Aaron and I are able. So I haven't confirmed with Aaron. I think if he's not here already, he should be here shortly. I haven't confirmed with him that we're good for this Thursday, but we'll get that figured out shortly. Hey, K&R Destinations, thanks for coming in. And it looks like Beyond Beauty sent some people over here. We greatly appreciate that. Uncle Lisa is here as well. Awesome. Thanks, guys. So we're just going over some announcements. Additional announcement here is this Wednesday we'll be doing an interview tentatively. We're looking at doing an interview with Castle Hives. He's a beekeeper, so got some questions about him about not only his channel but also the murder hornet thing that you guys have seen social media and the media kind of blowing up, hyping it, and we'll get his perspective on that as well. It looks like he just came in. Great. Castle Hives Brian is here. And we're going to have him on probably somewhere around 8:15 Eastern time Wednesday evening during our game session there. I'm sorry, 9 or 9:15. It'll be 8 or 8:15 Central time. On the other schedule changes, we're actually moving that Wednesday session up to 7 p.m. So we'll start at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're moving that up because Papa Drew is giving up that slot. So he used to be on at 8, and then we came on at 8:30 Eastern time. And he's giving that slot up. He's only doing Friday nights, and I'm not sure if you all saw the Friday night Try Not to Laugh episode of Papa Drew's, but he's doing these interviews on Friday nights where he brings in 2 channels, and then you basically ask some questions but also tell some jokes. And he surprised us last Friday by making it a drinking game. So it got a little funny, especially for us that were having to drink. So I think maybe some of the jokes weren't quite as funny as we thought they were. But if you get a chance to go back and watch Papa Drew's Friday, Try Not to Laugh between Pause and Effect and the Brazen Brits, that would be very cool. Okay, so we also I wanted to let everybody know that B&D Crafts has another premiere today. It was going to be right after this session, but it'd probably be a little bit after we end because I'm going to have to end a little early today. So it's at 10 a.m. Eastern time. He's going to be going live with a premiere. So if you guys have a chance, give Brian some support at B&D Crafts and check out his premiere. Okay, so the next bit of announcements is our travel plans. So we're starting to look at getting back on the road. We always planned on being in our house at this time. We were going to come back from Florida around mid-April and stay until mid-June. So we're going to be here 2 months to celebrate birthdays, holidays. Chris's birthday was last week. We had Mother's Day this week. We've got an anniversary at the end of the month. My birthday's June 13th, and Father's Day is the week after that. So we're celebrating all of that before we hit the road. We're actually going to hit the road probably a week before Father's Day, so we'll celebrate that Father's Day the same weekend as my birthday. And then we'll hit the road around the 15th of June. We'll be traveling to Washington over around a week and a half, maybe, time frame. We're going to travel out there. We're going to hit Grand Canyon, Bryce Canyon, and we will have 5 of our grandkids with us. So that should be fun. So it kind of changes the dynamics of the channel from a couples with dogs, travel, riding motorcycles, adult stuff, to crazy family traveling with 5 kids and probably 3 dogs, because we'll have Peyton's Red Husky Aspen with us. So that 6-week period there will be a total shift and in kind of the feel of our channel, which we always have a lot of fun with that. Last year we did Colorado for 3 weeks. This year we're doing the West Coast with them for 6 weeks. So we'll be traveling out to Washington. We'll be spending time in Washington, Oregon around Chris's family and other friends and family that we have out there, doing the Mount St. Helens thing, Tillamook Cheese Factory, Seaside, Oregon, quite a few things planned out there. And then in late August, we're going to hopefully go see my good friend Aaron Jemison and his wife Lori up in Amana, Iowa, at their campground. We're going to stay up there probably for about 7 to 9 days is what we're looking like, sometime in late August. Mid-September, Long Beach, Washington, Fort Collins. This is actually an airplane trip because we did not want to miss the rod run, but we didn't want to come back from the Northwest, drop the grandkids off, and drive all the way back out there. So we're going back out for a quick trip for the rod run in Long Beach, Washington. Then we're going to stop by Fort Collins, Colorado on our way back and see our grandson Jack, and then come back home and continue our fall around the Kentucky, Tennessee, North Carolina areas with a meetup at Mayberry campground in Erie, North Carolina. So that meetup has got, I think, 30 plus channels. So if you're interested in that meetup, connect up with either Blue Wave Odyssey or Camper Life or New Horizons, and they can give you the details. Or you can also email me at contactus@pauseeffect.com, and I can give you more information there. So the last thing that I will leave you with here on the announcements is I need more facts and pics of your pets. So I need some of these facts for our facts fall season fictions. So let me put that banner up here right now. Just remind people as they come on that we need your help. There we go. And sticker swap, we haven't got any new stickers in this week. But if you're interested in doing a sticker swap with us, you can also email us. I'll put my email in the comments. Contact us at pauseeffect.com. The contact us, pause effect. There's a Z in there instead of an S. PAWZEFFECT. Make sure you take care of that. Okay, so feel free to send me an email there if you would like to do a sticker swap, if you have any facts and pictures of your dog so we can add them to the games. And then finally, If you'd like to be an interview guest, also send us an email. So if you'd like to be on specifically our Wednesday night shows, that's where we'll be having most of our interviews. We would love to have people on, talk about their channels. We'll do maybe some trivia about your channel as well, or about some topic that is of interest to you. Okay, that really brings us to today's agenda, and I don't have a prepared slideshow like I usually do. Again, last week kind of got a bit hectic and I fell a bit behind, but I do have the updates on the points. So let me share my screen before we get started on the points. Share my screen here. Let's take a look at the points. Let's see, it's kind of small. Let me see if I can zoom this out. There we go. Okay, so we've got 4 channels that are leading the attendance. I think I see at least 3 of them. I haven't seen Artist on the Road yet over here, but I haven't been looking at the main screen. I don't think I see Artist on the Road, but it looks like B&D Crafts, Aaron Jemison, Henry Does It are all here right now, so they will go up 1, as well as some of the others. There are 3. I've seen a few of you in here as well. So they're still wide open for getting the most attendance. And as far as points, let me resort this, and we'll take a look at what the points started on trivia for today. We've got a close battle for first between Lucky Dog and Artist on the Road. Lucky Dog was our first month winner. Artist on the Road was our second month winner. RV Ashes in April is right there in third. BD and Crafts, Aaron Jemison, Henry Does It, Gander Destinations. So still a lot of people within striking range, considering we're only about halfway through the month. So we should have plenty of sessions to continue going forward. Now for today, we've got probably only about 20 minutes to play, because again, I'm expecting my insurance adjuster to be here shortly. So as soon as he gets here, we're going to end. So it could be 8:25, 8:30, 8:40 if he's late. We'll see how that goes. So let's get going. We're gonna move into some trivia bingo here. We've cleared out the board. So last Wednesday, we basically wiped out the board and nobody won on the last one. So we're going to start over today, do some trivia. We're just going to bounce around with some trivia in here. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen for now. And as you know, I add the points and such after the session now, so I'll update that board afterwards. And you also get a point. You get a point for every correct answer that's first, and you also get a spot on the trivia board. So we're going to start out with some music trivia. Let me find some music trivia here we want to look at. Okay, here's one for the 80s. What was the name of the song that Debbie Boone had a #1 hit in the 1980s? It spent 10 weeks at #1. Debbie Boone's hit in the 1980s. Debbie Boone's hit in the 1980s. You Light Up My Life, Forever Best Friend gets that. Who on earth is that? Yeah. Debbie Boone, she was big at that moment, 10 weeks at #1, and I don't think she did much after that. All right, so Forever Best Friend, you get a point for that, and you get a spot on the board. Let's switch over to a different topic. Let's do a sports trivia question. Okay, let's see here. This quarterback and kicker held the record for most seasons played in the NFL. He finally retired in 2007. This quarterback and kicker had played the most seasons in the NFL. We're looking for the name of the quarterback and kicker that played the most seasons in the NFL. I think it still stands. I think he's still the record holder. Let's see if anybody gets the sports one. Let's see. I'm catching up on some chat here. How close are we to our hours? It's slow going. So as I said, we're a 2-year-old channel. So every day we lose hours for the day that we were doing last May, and then we gain hours for this. So we're gaining somewhere around 10 hours a day. We're getting total 50 or 60 watch hours a day, but we're only gaining about 10 hours a day. So I think we're still right around 860, 850 hours to go. So if you can run our playlist or get people to run our playlist, run it overnight, that would be fantastic. It's just going to take us a while to get there. But again, we didn't really start this for numbers, so we're not keeping that close an eye on them. Let's see what we got in here. We've got some answers coming in. And again, you don't have to spell the answer correctly. So I know what you're talking about here. Just missed one letter there. George Blanca. It was Blanda, B-L-A-N-D-A. George Blanda. And it looks like he kept trying to correct himself. Coffee, coffee, coffee. You need some coffee there, Jarhead. What time in Japan? It's actually afternoon over there, right? Evening, even possibly, right? All right. We've got a point for Jarhead and Genders, and they will also get that spot on the board. And we'll move on to some more trivia. Hello, Blue Wave. I see you guys there. Let's see. Lucky Dog, you right. Hi, Sue. Okay, let's move on to the next. And this one is going to be, let's do some TV trivia. TV trivia. Let me find a good one. Okay, so this one is kind of celebrity TV trivia. Basically, we're looking for let's see here. In 1994, Richard Gere actually took out an ad to say that his marriage was still strong. Who was he married to? What actress was Richard Gere married to in 1994? Which actress was Richard Gere married to in 1994? Not Julia Roberts. It was Cindy Crawford, and it looks like Uncle Lisa. Uncle Lisa gets Cindy Crawford. Cindy Crawford. Awesome. Okay, we're going to switch over and do a facts, falsies, and fiction here. Break it up a little bit. But Uncle Lisa will get a point for that and also a spot on the board. We'll update those boards before the when they call as well. So let me do this and share my screen, and we will do the next all season fiction. Let me get that last answer off there. And while I'm at it, I'll get that banner off of there so it's not in the way of our facts, falsies, and fiction. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Share my screen real quick. All right, facts, falsies, and fiction. We're looking for a fact about Forever Best Friend. Did they or did she nearly set the kitchen on fire boiling eggs on Easter? Did she have a trailer, their travel trailer? Was it sideswiped on the internet? Not on the internet. I need my coffee. Was it sideswiped on the interstate by an uninsured driver? Does she have 4 rescue dogs? Does she own a mobile pet grooming van? Or is their RV called the Dog House? This is the fact that we're looking for. So go ahead and put in 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. I see my backyard science has put in sideswiped, which is a 2. Uncle Lisa, Aaron, B&D Crafts puts in 3. Everybody's going for the rescue dogs. Lucky Dog puts in, whoa, 1. Set the kitchen on fire. Jarhead and Ginger says 5. Forever Best Friend can't tell. She can't tell what it was, but she knows it's good. Actually, she did a video on this recently, and it's quite comical. If you haven't had a chance to check out their channel, they've got a great story. So they've got a cute little rescue dog, and they do all types of things to help you understand how to travel good with dogs and destinations you can take your dog to. So they're very close in line with the Paws and Effect mission of being ambassadors for rescue dogs and traveling with dogs and just bringing them into our family. Okay, let's see here. We're going to reveal this here in just a second. Looks like we got most of the answers in. We've got a lot of 3s. We got a 2. We got a 5. Nobody thinks that they own their own pet grooming van. Didn't get them with that one, but looks like only one person has the answer. Nearly set the kitchen on fire boiling eggs on Easter. Disintegrated the pan. You got to watch the video. I mean, a metal pan. The stove was melting almost. Or actually the pan, aluminum from the pan, I guess, or part of the stove. But it was pretty serious. It could have been a lot worse than it was, but it was pretty serious boiling of eggs. And I imagine the smell was atrocious, eh? So let's go through the falsies here. Trailer was sideswiped on the internet by an uninsured driver. So that's JC Journey. JC Journey had that happen, and I believe they also did a video on that. Has 4 rescue dogs. That's falsy. Amy McFarland, the off-grid empath. You've seen a few of her dogs on the paparazzi part, so keep an eye out for more of that. And the last 2 are fiction, so I made those 2 up. A doghouse would be a cool name for an RV if you name your RV, but that wasn't correct here. Okay, so let's go back and do some more trivia for a few minutes before my insurance adjuster arrives. Yeah, I did not know about that fire, or we would have talked to you more about it during the interview. I didn't get a chance to call you back also last week, Charlie Grace, on doing podcasts. We need to get our podcast back going again. We did about 6 of them earlier this year and then kind of stalled those a little bit while we got into these games. So I'm looking to do some more podcasts. Typically, they're around charity or doing some good, and I think you guys fit that bill. So we need to get you scheduled for a podcast that we'll do. We could potentially because like a StreamYard live session or something like that, or a StreamYard and record it as a vlog and also put it as a podcast if you'd like to do that. I saw this T-shirt as well, so I think you featured that T-shirt in one of your videos. I remember seeing that T-shirt. And if you haven't met Charlie Grace, folks, she's got vivid red hair. Okay, let's see here. I'm missing anything in the comments there. I think some of my moderators are probably keeping up. Let's go ahead and do some trivia here since we've got a short session. And I'll say once again, Brian with B&D Crafts has got a premiere right at the top of the hour. If we don't make it to there, just go over there and set a reminder so you can go back and give him some support. I think it's just his second or third premiere. So great guy. We interviewed him last week. All about crafts. Lives on a farm. It's a neat channel. Okay, let's do some trivia. Next, we're going to do some history. Let's do some history, basic history. See how well people know their history from either the eras of the 1950s, 60s, all the way up through current time. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. See if anybody knows this one. It's the 1980s as well. Which U.S. journalist was released after being arrested for spying in 1986? Which U.S. journalist was released after his arrest for spying in 1986? See if anybody knows this one. 007 is not correct. It's not correct. Anybody know the answer to that one? It might be tough. I wouldn't have known it if I didn't see the answer. The name does not ring a bell. History might be tough, right? See if I can find another one to follow up with if nobody gets that. Okay, let's do another one. I don't think anybody's going to get that one. I don't see it. So let's switch. This one is in history, but we're going to call it, it's a sports one. So we're going to say, who was the first men's U.S. Tennis Open? Who won the first men's U.S. Tennis Open in 1968? So actually, I'll let you pick. And actually, I see a correct answer coming on history. So Jarhead Ginger gets the Danilov question. Yep, he was a creep. All right, Jarhead and Ginger, you get that question. But we'll go ahead and move on to this one. And actually, we will make it a choice. You can either pick history in the 1960s or sports in the 1960s. And I see that Lucky Dogs has it. Author Ash. Just let me know in the chat whether you want that in the 60s or not, I'm sorry, whether you want that in the sports 60s or the history 60s on the bingo grid. See if we can get a couple more of these trivia in before we move on. Or actually, I'll do one more trivia and then we'll switch over to a falsie if I don't get interrupted before then. Let's do a back to music trivia. And Sue's going to take the sports. Music trivia coming right up. Whose 1991 autobiography was called And the Beat Goes On? Whose 1991 autobiography was called And the Beat Goes On? This is a music trivia here. And Lucky Dog gets that one as well. Sonny Bono. Okay, let me go find another facts, falsies, and fiction that'd be fun to do today. Just take me a second to find a good one here that we haven't already done. Let's get this one here. How about this one? I'll do one about myself. Share my screen. Facts, falsies, and fiction about myself. So, did I quit my job and drive to California at 18? Have I went geocaching in 5 different countries? Did I pass out on the strip in Las Vegas? Did I once break my arm running from a boy? Have I climbed the bluffs along the Mississippi River? So I think we did this one on an early one, so that those of you that might have been here, might have seen it. Getting some 1s and 2s in. I got Aaron and Henry does it, say number 2. Sue says number 5. Brian and Bob say number 1. Amy McFarland says number 4. Thanks, Amy. I spent my life running from boys. Jarhead and Ginger says 3. Passed out on the strip. Got everybody across the board here picking answers. All right, let's reveal this here. I see it looks like just 2 correct answers. Geocache in 5 different countries. Geocache in 5 different countries. And quit job and drove to California. That was Amy. Amy McFarland did that. And let's see who else we have in here. Henry does it. broke arm running from a boy. She disputes it was running from a boy. She says it was just gym class, but her mother and I say it was running from a boy. Let me see if I've got my insurance adjuster isn't here yet, so we keep going. Let me find another one of those to do. Let's see here. Oh, I just got the call. Yep, I'll be right down. Sorry, folks. My insurance adjuster is here. So again, we are going to have to call it a night or a day. I appreciate everybody joining. We will see you Wednesday night. And we're probably going to do a session around Airbnb and also helping a friend of mine who's new to the fifth wheel. So help him get the feel of that. So goodbye for now, but we'll see you on Wednesday night at the latest.